Right, Mev, what performance from the lads?
Yeah, it was a really good performance, and I would say it was a different performance than what we've had in the last 2 or 3 weeks. I felt like we played some really good football, and we took our chances, and we've done well. But I think today was a different sort of game. They were quite direct, they had a lot of long throws and set pieces, but I thought we just dealt with it really, really well. And we always know we're a threat on the counter attack, and ultimately we picked them off.
Yeah, I know Greenish picked up his custom man of the match, but I thought Daly and Callum were absolutely superb today, and Pat behind them did well as well.
The defensive unit today was superb. Like I said, they were under pressure a lot from the long balls and the throw-ons that they had, and they dealt with them so well. They took responsibility, and I think they won so much in that defensive third, and we're really proud of them.
Yeah, we've gone at half time 1-0 up. Ira's netted a penalty. It was a cracking penalty.
Yeah, they're all good penalties if they go in. I don't care. Great penalty by Ira. Really important time in the game as well, because I felt like I would say 20 minutes before that, I would say that Bishops was definitely the better side. They had two really good opportunities. Pat's made a brilliant save. And then, to be fair to the lad, he's run clean through, and I think the ball's just jumped up a bit, and he's missed. But from after that moment, I felt like, especially second half, I thought we were, we didn't give him hardly anything, and I thought that we looked probably a little bit more dangerous than they did.
Yeah, I thought, to be fair, they've come out second half. I thought they were very good, especially 15 minutes or so, and when Ira ends up getting the second goal off. It's safe from Ibs, and it's fallen to Ira to bury, and I thought it was a massive release really, just of emotion.
Well, as I said, I didn't think second half we were hanging on. I didn't feel that. It was just that when the game gets slowed down so much by taking long the long throws. The lads got a great long throw, and they set it up. Every time it got into our defensive third, it just slowed the game down, and. Yeah, as I said, we defended superbly, and I did think at that point we were comfortable second half.
And Louis obviously scored. I mean, Greeny has hit that free kick. I don't know what he's hitting with, some sort of sledgehammer, and no keeper in the world's going to hold it, and Louis buried it.
Yeah, and you know what? At the beginning of the game, we actually said that, in our opinion, Bishop are up there because we think they're the best team winning first balls and second balls, and we said to them, actually, we need to improve that. We need to be better. And as the fact that we've actually scored 2 goals from reacting quicker than they did is a really positive for us, because that's something that we think they're very, very good at, Bishops. And ultimately, we scored 2 goals from doing it better than they did.
I did say something a few minutes ago, actually. It's a third goal like that we scored, because obviously Ibs scored one after a save from an Ira effort against Enfield, and I don't think we scored many like that this season. I think that's good to see people following in and being in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, like I said, we knew we had to react really quickly on first and second balls, and like I said, maybe that didn't happen at the beginning of the season. We weren't in the right places at the right times, and we definitely were today. And to be fair, we scored 3 goals against a very good side.
Yeah, so 5 wins from 6 now, and beating the league leaders today, and it could have been league leaders again next week. Averley only got a point today, but we know what sort of form they're in. I think they've won 7 from 8 or something silly, so we know it doesn't get any easier.
No, it doesn't get any easier, but as I said before, is there any easy games in this league? Not really. But what it does, it gives us confidence to go forward and know that actually we didn't play the way we have in the last 2 or 3 weeks, where we passed the ball really nicely and create opportunities. But we've also got that other side, which you saw today, where we were dogged and we were resolute, and we put our bodies on the line. We headed everything, and just with disrespect to our lads, they've got 6 or 7 lads who are over 6 foot tall, and their strength is their physicality. But we matched them today, and it just goes to show going forward that we can do that, and we've just done it against a team at the top of the league. So, it will definitely going forward will show us that we can win ugly, and we can play good football.
Well, it's another clean sheet again today, and hopefully keep the results coming. Cheers, Mev. Well, Ira, as you just reminded me, your 100th appearance for the club today. Special way to mark the occasion.
Yeah, happy to have been given the opportunity to play 100 games for such a good club, and 3-0 win, 2 goals. Should have been a hat trick, but not too bad way.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen many better penalties taken than that. I think you always back yourself to score from the spot.
Yeah, for sure. To be honest, I actually didn't back myself halfway through the shot. I thought it was going to go over, but trust the technique and it goes in. So yeah.
It was very close to it. It was right up in that top corner, and then second goal, you're right place at the right time, following in after a decent save to deny Ibs.
Yeah. When one of us goes through it, I think obviously we do trust each other that we're going to score, but you've always got to be there just in case. They've got a good keeper, so you kind of got to hedge your bets just in case he does save it, and that's what I did and managed to get the goal.
Obviously, Louis scored a similar goal from Greeny's free kick that was saved, and Ibs scored one from a shot of yours that was saved a couple of weeks ago. As I just said to Mev, that's 3 goals like that in the last couple of weeks, and maybe we weren't doing that earlier in the season. And I think it's something we've been now being better at, and it's brilliant for us.
Yeah, I think it's a testament to how as a front three we work together. Louis come in and he's been phenomenal, and I think just that the fact that there's just a oneness, amongst the front three, it's always important. We're all here to win games, isn't it? And so everyone's trying to help the other guy score or trying to help themselves score, but it's not really an individualistic thing. So we want to win for the team, and we got to do our job up front. And so we've lost a lot of goals with Addy leaving, and so now it's up to us as a front three trio, to make things work as a unit.
Yeah, obviously, when Addy left, he was well over 20 goals for the season. You and Ibs can push towards that 20 goal mark, and Louis can get as close to 10 as possible. I mean, that's something that will get us as close to where we want to be as we want.
Yeah, for sure. I think as you've seen, since Addy's left, I think all of us have scored. I think Ibs must have got 3 or 4. I've got 3 or 4. And Louis got a couple, and then Ronnie's obviously popped up with the hat-trick last week. So, we're sharing the goals around, and so it's important that us as a front three do try and be the ones leading it when it comes to scoring. But, we've got goals all over the park. Gailey scored, 6 this season? Greeny scored 6 this season. Hurdy's chipped in with a couple here and there. Drake's got a couple. So there are goals everywhere. But obviously as a front three, it's that personal pride thing in it. You want to score. And so, we're working together to make sure that we can all do it. At least one of us or 2 of us gets on a score sheet every game.
Obviously, we've got another big game next week away at Averley. I mean, they're in a very good run of form at the moment, although they only drew today. Hosting them here was probably one of the low points of the season. Time to go and rectify that, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, all the teams that we've got to play are teams that have either beaten us or we haven't really played that well against. And so, especially when it comes to the top 5, top 6, it's important that we go back there now. And if we want to get in the playoffs, we've got to play these teams, and we've got to win. And so, you don't go up by losing to the top teams, and you also don't go up by being scared of them. We're just as good, if not better, than most teams. So we've got to go out there, and especially against Averley on a good pitch, 3G pitch. I know we played there a couple of years ago in a cup game against someone. Basildon, that's the one. And so we just got to go out there and back ourselves. What is it, 6 wins out of the last 7 or something like that? And so
5 and 6.
5 and 6, yeah. So we've got to just go out there and we've got to back ourselves to win, because ultimately winning those games gives us confidence going into the playoffs, and that's obviously where we want to be.
Yeah, I think we've got 8 games now, and I think if you go and win maybe 6 of them, I think you give yourself the best chance possible. But I mean, ideally, you win all 8.
Well, ultimately, I'm not going into the last 8 games saying, let's see where we can find the points. No, I want 24, and I want goals, and I want Ibs getting goals. I want Louis getting goals, and I want us getting clean sheets. Even though as a striker, it's not really, you're not really spoken about. But if we keep keeping clean sheets, we will score goals. And I think what you've seen in the last 2 home games against these so-called top teams is we've locked them out. We've locked them out and we've scored goals. We scored 6 in the last 2 against the so-called top 3. So we don't fear anyone, to be honest. We've got to go in these games, set them up, knock them down. That's what we've got to do.
Yeah, we want to run a clean sheet at the moment, to be fair. And if it wasn't for the couple of goals we conceded late on against Casuals, we'd have had a couple more on that run, to be fair. So the unit's brilliant. And as I said to Mev, I think Gailey and Callum were absolutely outstanding today, along with the 2 full-backs and the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I think what we know we're going to get from our back 4 plus Pat every week is they're going to be solid. They take pride in not conceding goals. They're not just good footballers on the ball, but they really do take pride in last-ditch tackles, winning headers, all of that sort of stuff. And so for us as forwards, it makes us want to work harder to make sure that we're not doing them a disservice by letting someone slip off our shoulder or letting a cross get in the box. And so, the clean sheets, it just proves the point. Today we've almost let one in. But it's just the run that we're on at the moment. We are keeping clean sheets, and we're building from that.
Cheers, Ira.
Cheers.